Peace, everyone, and welcome to Morning Metta. Today, we're doing our breath and body practice. But before we get started, we're going to ground and just come into the present moment. Inviting you wherever you are, just take the time to relax yourself as best you can. Find yourself that comfortable position. And we're going to do a grounding through the breath. So I'm going to demonstrate first this breath practice. Sometimes it is called alternate nostril breathing. Some may call it a calming breath practice or energizing breath practice. How this practice works is that we take our hand, move it up towards the nostrils, and just have the thumb over the right nostril. The index finger is over the left. And so you begin by just gently closing off the right nostril. So you're not pressing it in super hard. You're just closing that nostril. And then you're going to inhale through the left nostril. Once you inhale through the left nostril, you take your index finger, close it off, open up the right nostril, remove that thumb, and exhale through the right nostril. Now, inhale through the right nostril, close it off with the thumb, open up the left nostril, remove that index finger, exhale through the left nostril. Inhale through the left nostril, close it off with your index finger, and then open up the right nostril and exhale through the right. One more time. Inhale through the right nostril, close it off with the thumb, remove that index finger from the left nostril, exhale, and then inhale in through the left, close it off, exhale out through the right, and just relax. Bring the hand down. Okay. Now, give yourself time to settle in from doing that alternate nostril breathing. You may have noticed as you inhale in, a cool breath may have come in through that right nostril and a warm through the left, or vice versa. Yes, give yourself time to settle. For our intention today, we're going to take the time now to just really tune into how we want to approach this day. And it doesn't have to be something big or grand. For your intention setting, sometimes it's just, I want to have the intention of paying attention to my own breath. Or it could be that my intention today is to do my best to take a break or rest. Whatever it is, take the time now to set an intention for the day. Great. As a reminder, I always like to say that setting the intention is not about the outcome. So don't worry about the outcome. We just want to continue to practice to be intentional with our days. Our centering for today, I have a quote here. And the quote says, "Never let anyone, any person, or any force dampen, dim, or diminish your light." Again, our centering thought for today is never let anyone, any person, or any force dampen, dim, or diminish your light. And that is by the ancestor John Lewis. Hopefully that quote can resonate with you today. For our main practice, I'm thinking about just kind of focusing in on this area around, our hands and arms. and just doing a little bit of movement for some awareness there. When it comes to mindful movement, it's not so much about, stretching and flexibility. It's more about continuing that practice of mindful awareness, just being aware of our body. So, the first movement that we'll do today is with the wrist. You can take one arm and just gently hold it, hold near like the elbow. So I'm using my left hand to start. It doesn't matter which arm you start with, but I'm taking my left hand and just gently holding and cupping my right arm near the elbow. And then I'm going to gently just rotate my wrist. So in a circular fashion. So almost like rotating the wrist around the hand, just gently moving and noticing what that feels like. So not only at the wrist, but maybe you might be feeling something along the arm as well. So I'm going to pause after rotating the wrist about at least 3 times. And then I'll just rotate the wrist in the opposite direction. So you're just making a circle as best you can. And again, this is not about trying to make a perfect circle with your rotations. You do what you are capable of doing and what feels right for you. Rotating the wrist around at least 3 times. All the while noticing the body and breathing. So that's a key piece. Make sure that you're continuing to breathe just naturally. Nice and soft inhales and exhales. And let's pause here. So bring the arm down and just take notice. Does this wrist feel any different from the other? It doesn't have to, but we're just taking note of anything that's arising for us. All right, we're going to go to the other arm. So now I'm taking my right hand, cuffing the left arm near the elbow, bringing the hand up and gently rotate the wrist around the hand in a circle. See if you can rotate the wrist about 3 times, noticing the movement, what the body feels like as you're making the movement. And gently pause once you have rotated at least 3 times, taking notice of the hands, the wrists, the arms, and then go in the opposite direction, rotating the wrist around in a circle. About 3 times again. And then you're going to pause here and just again notice, do you feel any sensations? Was there some tightness here up towards the wrist? Did it feel loose? Did you feel any of the muscles going down the arms or any differences between the arms or the wrist on each side? Right? So now give yourself time to settle into the body, noticing any sensations that are arising, and also noticing the breath just in its natural pace. Here, you might want to just take a nice breath in and exhale out to continue to settle yourself. Next, we're going to move down from the arms to the hands. And first, we'll take one hand on one side, doesn't matter. And we're just going to make a circle with somewhat of a circle with the index, with the thumb and the index finger. So you can see it this way or that way, right? And then we're just going to flick the thumb out, right? So just do that just a few times, just with the index finger and the thumb, from starting from that circle shape and just flicking the thumb out. And then after you've done that about 3 times, move to the next finger. Okay? Because all we're doing is just bringing awareness or noticing the body. Then we're going to go to the next finger. And then the next one. Flicking about 3 times. Now take note of the fingers. One of the areas is the hands, where might be a lot of stress for people, especially if you spend a lot of time typing on the computer, on the phone as well. So just take note of how the hand and the fingers feel. Now we're going to go to the opposite hand and just do the same thing. So first with the thumb and the index finger, just making that circle, flicking out about 3 times. Then you gently move to the next finger, just flicking out that finger. Move to the next one when you're ready. And make sure you're still breathing, not holding the breath. And the final one, final finger there. Okay, now we're going to bring it together and both hands now. Okay, we can go through that, go through all the fingers about 3 times. This is my second round here, just noticing. And then finally, the third time. Okay. All right, and then bring the hands down gently. And so you might notice, for some people, you might maybe notice a little bit of tingling in the hands from the muscles being worked in that way, or it could be other sensations going on with your hands. So just take some time to notice the body. Bring the hands down where they can rest. And then we just want to shake the body out. So we've kind of done some things with the wrist and the arms. So just shake your arms and your hands and fingers out. Also want to invite anyone who may not be able to focus in on the hands and the fingers that way. You can always bring your attention down to your feet if that works for you, or another part of the body. All right. Finally, we're going to, again, stay in this area of the body, this upper body area, and we're just going to go with the arms. So I believe we've done this practice before, and this is how we'll end today, with our breath and body. Also some movement in here. And we're just going to extend the arms out with the palms facing up. And then when we bring them in for a hug. And the hug can look like however you want. It can be a hug up here, lower down on the arms, but that's going to be the movement. And the breath, as we inhale, we're going to inhale the arms out. So inhaling the arms out, inhale through the nose, palms up, and then exhale as we bring the arms in for a hug. Again, gently inhale through the nose as you separate the arms. So inhaling the arms out, palms up, exhale the arms into a hug. And one final time, inhale the arms out. So inhale through the nose, palms up, and exhale the arms into a hug. All right. So let's settle here. Notice what that felt like for you. Did you notice any kind of sensations or anything else arising on either side of the body as you did the movements, or even right now? How does the body feel for you? And also remember, even if you don't feel any sensations or anything arising, that's still awareness. The absence of any sensations or feelings is also a part of the practice. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me for this practice. And I want to send out an invitation for a call to action. Take this into your day, however it fits you, however it feels good for you to do so. We had our nostril breathing. So if you're sitting somewhere and you're working, or at home, or out and about, you can gently do that nostril breathing using the 2 fingers, inhaling through one side of the nose through one nostril, closing off, exhaling out the other, then inhale in, close it off, and exhale out the opposite nostril. Or you can do one of our movements from today along with the breath, just taking notice of a steady pace of the breath. Okay. The wrist, right? Around in circles. Or it could be the hug as well, whatever feels right for you. And as always, if you are on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this information with people who you think can benefit. As it's been said, we're building a community, so the more the merrier to support each other on this journey of never ending healing and well being, I like to say. And as we continue out the week, continue to join us as we start each day grounded, intentional,